We have a MacBook Air A1466. It's Wi-Fi not working. So the way this behaves, sometimes you get Wi-Fi working, and other times you get the Wi-Fi not working. And then another thing is sometimes what will happen is when the Wi-Fi does, when you do pick up the Wi-Fi, you try to, when it does pick up the Wi-Fi, you input the password, but it doesn't allow you to confirm. So I asked the Wi-Fi card to be replaced. That was done, but the problem still persists. So it's definitely not an issue with the Wi-Fi card. So and another thing I actually noticed is the device, some of the keys are not working. Yeah, I see that. So some of the keys are not working. What was the password of this again? 4321. Okay. So sometimes it would, you see now, see what it says. So you say Wi-Fi no hardware installed. So he has replaced with another Wi-Fi card, but it's still the same thing. So it's definitely not a Wi-Fi card issue. So another thing sometimes it will do is you actually be able to pick it up. You pick up the Wi-Fi signal and then you try to input the password and it doesn't work. So in situations in such a scenario, so we can confirm that this is not an issue with the card, but and also it's not an issue with the cables because the cables the antenna cables will only strengthen. Basically, they will help to strengthen as it is that they will work as a form of as an antenna. That has nothing to do with the option of if you had issue with, for example, the antenna cables not being connected. It's not going to say Wi-Fi hardware not found. What you will find is when you're closer to a network, you'll be able to pick it up, but then when you're far away because of being an antenna, then you will not be able to pick up the network. So what we have now, it's an issue where we have to, it might be a partial communication on the Wi-Fi circuitry, but that we're going to check quickly to see what it is that we are having with the machine. Thank you, sir. Your colleague didn't know who he was. Say again? Yeah, when I was here last. Yeah, so we quickly take out screws are out. Let's remove the board. So I was saying something about the cables. I mean, even if the cables are disconnected, you will not get the error of no hardware found. You just will not get a stronger network reception, but not with the error of no hardware found. So with no hardware found, the first thing you want to do in that instance is to replace the card. And if you have replaced the card and it still doesn't work, then you have to look at the Wi-Fi circuitry. Now, under my troubleshooting guide, this is going to fall under the issue of a known. This will fall under the known issue because I mean it's a fully working device. The only problem it has is that the Wi-Fi is intermittent. Sometimes it works, and other times it doesn't work. In a situation like that, you want to go straight to your Wi-Fi circuitry, having replaced the card, and then you basically take it from there. And another thing is looks like some of the screws used here are not. Okay, so this is an 80 dash, because it's a small JTAG, that's going to be 2015, 2017, the board numbers are the same. It's 20-00165. So So 80.00165. The first thing we want to do is we are going to start. For example, you may want to just. We are going to start our troubleshooting from the Wi-Fi connector itself, which is G3501. What I'm also going to do is I'm also going to open up the schematic and see if we can go to that. So here it's already open, so it's J3501. Okay. Now on this, this is the page where it says your wireless connector. On that page, you will have your Bluetooth chip as well. You have your PCI with Moxin. This is the connector, and then we are going to be looking at The wireless, obviously, the 3.3 volt line, we are going to be looking at a U3540, and which is so we can easily the measurements that we are supposed to get here. We can also get some of these measurements on the actual connector. So let us quickly go to the board view. We are going to start our measurement from the connector itself. Now we are going to start from the power rails. So pin 1, we're supposed to get 3.3 volt on pin 1, and that's going to be that. So let us remove the card. So pin 1 is going to be this guy here. That's going to be our pin 1. Okay, so charger is connected. We are not going to get the LED because we don't have the IO board cable connected. So just give a few minutes to. Okay, so we are supposed to get 3.3 volt on pin 1 of J3501. Let's have our black probe on ground, and then our red probe on the first pin. What do we have? We have 3.3 and it's stable. Another thing is when you are measuring for voltages, another thing you want to do is that you want to also be sure that the voltages are stable. So you basically ensure that they're stable before you move on. Okay, so that is present. Let's move. Let's see, what do we have on we're not going to worry about the Wi-Fi event. We're not going to worry about the PCI for now. We're not going to worry about 5. We're not going to worry about 7, 8. No, we're not going to worry about that. We're not going to worry about that. We're not going to worry about that. Access point pin 14, we need that. So let's see, we're supposed to get 3 point something volts there. So black with one ground, and that is going to be so 1, 2, 3. So basically the second pin, which is this one here. Yeah, 3.3, that's fine. That's what you're supposed to get. Access point clock request. Okay, let's not worry about that for now. Let's go to pin 18. Pin 18 is definitely going to be present, which is going to be the last pin on the connector. That's definitely going to be present when the device is on. So yeah, okay, that's fine. Now let's flip the board to the other side. See how. Now on the other side of the board, these are so on the other side of the board, we're going to have U3540, U3550. We're only going to worry about these two. This we're not really going to worry about for now, and we're not going to worry about the Bluetooth for now, because right now we are only going to concern ourselves with the Wi-Fi. So the chips there are going to be U3540, as well as the 3.3 volt line. That so but I suppose we have that. We can just confirm. Okay, so let's see how it looks on this side. Hmm. The board looks clean, and this is a 2015 board. So let us see what we have on R5470, because we know on our page here we are supposed to have at U3550 we are supposed to have 3.3 volt on the output of U3550. So and the output of U3550 it's going to be, where's our guy, U3550. Yeah, so this is U3550 here, U3550. So we can measure to see what we have on the current sensor resistor here. The output, we can get the output of V3550 on R5470. So let's see, what do we have? And the R5470 is going to be this guy here. So let's see, what do we have on the output? We're supposed to have 3 point something volt, and we do have 3 point something volt, and it is stable. We have, and it's stable. And then on the other side, yes, it's stable. I mean, that the other side, that was a no-brainer. It was definitely going to be stable because, I mean, whatever it's on pin 1 is going to be equal to pin 2. So measuring that doesn't really make sense. Okay, so now let's go to U3540. So we have to confirm that U3550 is doing its work. Let's now go to U3540. Now, the fact that sometimes you get your Wi-Fi detected, and then you even get the signals, but you're unable to connect, that might be an issue with SMC. So if we don't find anything, we're just going to reflow the SMC. So usually, because the reason for that is the enable signal for U3550 is going to come from the SMC. So you see that the enable signal for U3550 is going to come from the SMC, which is what is going to tell it to turn on. So if you have instances where the signal is dropping, that could create a situation whereby your output will fluctuate, or will affect what you get on your output. So if we check now, we see that because even while sometimes the machine, you will get the Wi-Fi signal up, but then you will not be able to connect. So if everything checks out, then we might just have to go ahead and reflow our SMC. So let us now check what we have on. Let's see, what do we have on U35? U3540. So U3540, pin 1, that is definitely going to be present. Where can we measure pin 1 from? So U3540, it's going to be this guy here. This guy here is going to be U3540. We can measure for pin 1 on this capacitor here. So black probe on ground. And that is present. And then so let's check for pin 2. That's a voltage. There's supposed to be a voltage division taking place there. Pin 2 of it, you're gonna have 3 point something volt on pin 1, and then pin 2 there has to be a drop on the 3.3 from the 3.3 volts. So let's see, what do we have there? We have 3.3 volts as expected. On the other side, we should have a drop in the voltage. Yeah, that's fine. So we have a voltage division taking place here. You have R35, R35 55, and R35 54 are connected here. This is going to be the main line, and then this is connected to ground. So whatever you get here, the voltage division will take place on pin 2 and pin 1 of R35. If you want the voltage division to go away, you have to remove, obviously, R35 55. Okay, so pin 2, it's fine. Then pin 3, let's see, I think we did measure for pin 3 already. Let's just confirm that again. Suppose that's access point to reset L. We can measure that on this resistor here. Interesting. Is that 0? That's not supposed to be 0. Let's quickly check to see if the voltage here has dropped. That is still fine. Access point says it's 0. Okay. Let's check it on. Wait. Let's just be sure. AP reset L is supposed to be, which is platform reset. Okay, let's see on the other side. Platform reset L that should definitely be high. No, wait. Okay, I think we are missing it. So the resistor to use is not this one, but this one. So I think we're using the wrong resistor. Yeah, so not this one, but this one. Yeah, so that is ground. This one, that's the one. Yeah, so okay, so that should be present. It was yeah, so that is present. We're using the wrong resistor, so that is present. Now let us see, what do we have on access the AP. I think we also measured that before, but again, let's check that. Let's see, we can check that here, and that is present. Okay, so SMC Wi-Fi power enable, that should also be present. Let's see, you can measure that here. 1.7 is low. Mhm. It's not supposed to be 1.7. That is low. So that's where our problem lies. 1.7 is not supposed to be 1.7. That is low. So we are just going to reflow the SMC. First thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the edge bonding. So I actually suspected it would be the SMC because usually situations where you get like a fluctuation where it is on and other times it's off, then I mean, yeah. So SMC would really play a role in that. Sometimes it may also not be the SMC, but it may be something along the line other than the SMC. But I had my suspicion that if everything works fine, given the behavior, we were going to reflow the SMC. So what we are going to do now is we are going to reflow the SMC. If that doesn't solve the problem, we are going to replace the SMC. So first thing we are doing, we're removing the edge bonding. Now we are going to add flux to SMC and give it a reflow. I'm going to get another board, a non-working board, and then I'll show you guys what that line is supposed to be. But it's definitely not 1 point. That's not. It's not 1 point something. It's low for it. So while the board is cool enough, I'm going to get another board, and then I'll show you guys what we're supposed to get. First, let's do a reflow to the SMC. So the interesting thing about the job, the the solution you apply to one might not be the same thing you apply to the other, even though the problems might seem similar or even the same. For example, Wi-Fi, but what you do to one might not be what you do to the other. Remember the other MacBook Air that we worked on for Wi-Fi? That one we had to run like a jumper wire using. Okay, so I'm just gonna get another board while we're waiting for the board to cool off. I'm just gonna grab another board quickly. Okay, so here's another board. So while we're waiting for that board to cool off, just want to show you guys what we are supposed to get on the SMC enable signal. So black group on ground, SMC enable signal. See what you're supposed to get. It's supposed to be 3.4, not 1.7. So 1.7, it's low for that line. So that's definitely why we have an issue with the Wi-Fi. So what we are going to do, waiting for it to cool off. Like I said, if the reflow doesn't work, we are just going to replace the SMC. But I hope that should fix it. Okay, starts to post. And we can check what do we have on that line. Yeah, See now? So now we're getting 3.4. So I mean this so now we should have a working Wi-Fi. So it's so if we didn't fix it, we were going to replace the SMC. So quickly clean the board and test it. And that should be the end of our repair. Let's see. Let's quickly clean the board. So we are just going to test the board and the shell. We're only going to connect the cables that we need for the testing, and the Shahid will do the finalization of it. Okay, so we don't even need we don't need that cable, so shouldn't even be wasting time connecting because it's almost time for Salah. So we're only going to connect the cables that we need for the testing, and then the antenna cables. Okay, so I'm not sure if the battery is charged, but let's have it connected. I'm just making sure that the fan is not over spinning. Okay, so it's 4321. It's the password. 4321, correct? Okay, so let's see. Now we have Wi-Fi, and let's try to connect, because before sometimes we will have Wi-Fi, but we cannot connect. Say again? Oh, is it? Okay, so it's a oh, I see. So reset L isn't working. Okay, yeah. So I mean, but before now, what will happen is so what we can do is we can use an external keyboard. I'll grab an external keyboard. So I know that so L isn't working. So reset lab. Wait. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Wait. What's happening? Reset lab, correct? Are we on a different net? Why? seem like the seem like okay. Let's see. Let's see this one. Uh, hmm. Okay, let's. Mm, let's see from here. Wi-Fi network selected. Let's check from here and see. So it's gonna be site lab, show password. Okay, so there you go. You see that it is connected, and if you go on you say Google, should be able to go to Google. We should be able to open date and time. So it's 4321. It's what can set? Yeah, I think it is. No. Mm, okay. Let's so if we say reset lamp, for example, there you go. It's should have a yeah. Okay, so I just want to quickly show you guys. So I'm gonna quickly shut it down. Just show you guys something. So I was saying something about the cables not being connected. So with the cables not being connected, you will still have the Wi-Fi, especially if you're close to the network. But you are not going to get the error of hardware not detected. No. See. So let me show you guys what that will look like. So it will only limit the amount of networks that it picks up, but it's not going to give you the hardware not found issue. So 4321, 4321. Okay, so you see that I don't have, so the cables are not connected. We're still able to pick up a reset lab, but that's almost the only thing that we're able to pick up compared to when we have the cable connected. So the only thing that is close by here is it's reset lab. So so even if you don't have the cables connected, you are not going to get the option of Wi-Fi not Wi-Fi had no hardware found for Wi-Fi. Okay, so that's about it. This was an issue of SMC reset L signal fluctuating. All we had to do was we checked to be sure that all of the other requirements are present. The only thing that we found that was low and that was concerning was the 1.7 on the SMC Wi-Fi power enabled signal here. And that signal coming from the SMC. So what we decided to do was to reflow SMC. If that didn't resolve the problem, we're supposed to get 3.4 volt on that line. If that didn't resolve the problem, we're going to replace the SMC. Okay, so as you guys can see, we have a working device. That's about it. I will see you guys in the next one.